Hello out there in Streamland. It is Wednesday morning. Time on the clock says 10:30. So that means we are going to be delving into Fantasy Grounds preparation as a game master for Starfinder using Fantasy Grounds Unity. All right, looks like everything is going correctly online. My sound is okay. All right, so let's get going and see what's going on here. So my people have been running around doing stuff, and they're on this island, floating island of Istamak, above the planet Istamak, which is a huge gas giant. And they have succeeded in their two quests that they were supposed to do. Uh, their overall quest is to find out information. In order to do that, they have to get into this building over here called the Temple Found. And it used to be an old foundry. In order to get into that building, they had to be able to sneak in. So they had to find this access code to get into it. The first half was in this building over here called the Maze of Ghosts. The second part was in the House of Renewal. So they went through both of those, finished those, found two pieces, and that ex- um, exploration, they found two pieces of a message, two messages going back and forth. Let me turn off my cam. They found two data pads that had these messages on them. They needed to determine where the message came from. So when they found the first one, it didn't really help them. They didn't really understand the message. Uh, Finding the second piece not only explains what's going on a little bit more, but also allows them to triangulate, and they then determined where they would need to go next is up here in this what's called the Broken Lands. So right now the party is just outside the House of Renewal, right there. Now, first thing I want to do is change that. I don't know where my letter tokens went because I had a bunch of letter tokens. I um, may not even be in my tokens because that's really that P. When I click it, it puts a big big green circle around it. But let me look for something else here. Data. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm doing all these clickety clicks, trying to find this thing. Um, and you may ask yourself, why is he spending so much time trying to find these letters? Well, a couple reasons. One is because is it to me, I want them to know where they are, and it's important that they don't have to sit there and dig around and find it. And two, I haven't figured out exactly how to do that yet in Unity because I brought some things over from Unity. I mean, from Classic. So, open a window. I'm going to do what I used to do in Classic, see if it works. So I have tokens. I gotta find my old one first. This is where did I put my tokens? Let's see. Fancy Grounds, host, shared, puzzle. Is it shared? Shared. Okay, so these three, click through, click. All right. What just happened here? Just undo that. Control Z. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. All right, so I want to do click, shift, and now I'm going to. It says move. I don't want to move. I want to copy. So Control C, click, Control V. All right, so I have. I'm going to rename them. Letters. Letters 1. We'll make it brown. Letters future. And then we have a little C looking weird thing, so we're going to go with letters C. Awesome. Isn't it fun when you hit the capital? All right, so we've got letter C. We're going to change the first one back to letters black because they are mostly black and white. All right, so now let's see if this works. Close it, close it, close it. Data. Oops, wrong one. Assets. Data. There we go. Okay, see, now I know how to find them. So my choices are I can go with the black and use the letter P here, or I can go back to the futuristic one. Oops. And use this one, which I think is what I'm going to do. That's what I did before. There we go. So now we click this. We go delete token, delete the token. Bam! It's gone. It's magic, folks. All right. So we've got our indicator, our P indicator. P indicator is primed. Shrink it down a little bit. Select it, hold Control, and use the mouse wheel. And doodly doot. Makes it a little smaller. All right, so now we can see it even without it being selected. When it's zoomed out, they can see a little bit better. So we want to plan a little bit for what they wanted to do. They were going to be looking for ways to get over to these islands. What they're supposed to do is just talk to the people that they're staying with and, oops, wrong button. Just talk to the people they're staying with, and then they will provide grappling hooks. Simple as that. Instead, what they plan to do is search some of these buildings and see if they can find a way. Because their logic, which I don't understand, is instead of walking the 5 minutes it would take down to get down here, they're already almost there. So they don't want to backtrack, I guess. So they're going to spend hours searching through these buildings instead of just spending a few minutes going back to the people. But hey, this is the joy of role-playing games. They're playing a role and they can do whatever the heck they want, as illogical as it may be. So I have a laboratory map that I have picked out. I will probably use it for like this building if they decide to go into it. What laboratory are you talking about, you ask? Well, let's take a look. The images in the uncategorized, and there we go. Bam. So here's our laboratory. I added all the occluders, and that means it's a where is the, there we go. See? So I added all that in. And what that does is it allows you to, let me get rid of all this, go to play mode. So as the character moves around, he has line of sight. When he tries to walk up to a door, he can't. He wouldn't be able to go through the door as a player. As DM, I can do whatever I want because I rule the world. See, and then but I put doors in there which you can open and close. Anyway, so this is what I've done. I have yet to populate it though. So close it again. So that's the laboratory I have. I have some general ideas. So let's go to, did I add it to the story in this one yet? So what I'm doing is I'm using a pre-made module for Paizo. It's already pre-built. Somebody took the time to convert it into Fantasy Grounds, something I do myself, by the way. I've never done a Starfinder one, besides uh, part of one I've done for my own use, but I've done lots of different Dungeons and Dragons ones, from little simple one-page things to monolithic, almost 600-page, 5-book monster. So I have a little bit of background converting things from a PDF into use for Fantasy Grounds. Have not done anything for Fantasy Ground Unity, although everything I have converted can be used in Unity. This doesn't have the occluders. It's pretty much the only thing it's missing. So that's the line of sight things. Anyway, I digress. So in the storyline here, I have all the Dead Suns in here. Right now we are in Dead Suns 4. We are in the Forgotten City of Istamek and getting toward the end. Part of this overall city is the just wandering around the city, and it is called Random Encounters. Exploring Istamak and Random Encounters. So I'm going to open up these two. All right, so let me show you. We just switched to Unity 3 weeks ago. And what I did in my Classic is what I'm going to be doing here. If we go to Dead Suns 4, Forgotten City of Istamak, you will see that unlike what you just saw, there's random encounters. There's the laboratory I was talking about, a medical center. Medical center is something that I added completely. They already went through that. And then I added hunting ground randomness. So the, maybe not, where did it go? So I had a couple different encounters that I added to this because they decided to walk around and look around. Why? So let me see if I can find them real quick because I want to pull them up and look around and see. I had thought that I had added them here under 312 and 311 because you can add just by right clicking and creating an item. You can then type in the name, a number, and slip it in right wherever you want it to be. Go ahead and click on the edit button. Delete what I just did. Okay, I know they exist somewhere. Dun, dun, dun. I know. Let's go to encounters, shall we? Perhaps I didn't even put it in the story. Let's see. So again, you can either make it yourself, uncategorized, or, and those are all ones I made, you can go to part 4, and here you see them, and here we have some of the ones I built for the Med Center. Alright, well, I'm sorry, folks, I am failing at life. Don't remember where I put these encounters, and it's really odd because I can remember the monsters. I know they exist with the maps I used and the creatures I picked. And it's just strange that I just cannot find them here. All right, so never mind. I guess we're just going to... Okay. Well, that's a little frustrating because I know they exist, and it's just weird that I do not see where they are. I can't think of anywhere else they would be. Should be right here. Okay, never mind. I will just build it from scratch again. All right, so sorry about all that. We'll do a little start over from scratch. So we're going to be making a couple encounters. They're on a floating island above a gas giant, as I mentioned. So first of all, what we need to do is make sure that the map I want is in the images. And I don't think it is. Let's see. So again, I'm not real familiar with how these work, the import file, the import assets. This one is one I made. The nice thing about Fancy Grounds Unity is you can make maps right on the fly by adding tiles and such. So I have a ruined city block map. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so I'm sure there's a way to find it here, but what I'm going to do is do what I'm used to doing. Opening up my data files, going to my maps, going to, let's see if this will work this way, if I can just do it like I used to. We'll pull it up and see if it will click and drag. So there's the medical center, there's the laboratory, both of which I've used. Here it is, ruin block. Okay, I have it in hand. Does not let me add it here. All right, so the second way is to go here. You want SmiteWorks for Unity. The other one without SmiteWorks is Classic. Campaigns, Engage is the one I'm using. Images. See, so Insect Man, for example, isn't here, and I don't know why. So let's try this. Pull it over, move it to images here. I don't want to move it. I want to copy it. Control C. Put it back over here. All right, so now it's back where I have one in each. What kind of warehouse is this? Let's see if I can use this. Possibly. Make sure it's highlighted. And then there's a couple other ones I was looking at. If they go up that high, perhaps the trash compactor, similar to the trash compactor in Star Wars. There's a smoking building, but they aren't really coming across anything that's smoking. And then this destroyed outpost is the other one that I might use. So we'll go Control C and Control V. All right, so I've got all these different images added in. Let's see if this works. So it's in my images, I bet. Scroll down. Okay, it's not. What is this? Yeah, there's so many different things that I just don't know about here, and I just haven't. What is this Starfinder? What was they talking about? Starfinder tables. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, interesting. Those are things that, from what the things that I added. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So we will need to find the images I just put in there. Let's go to all, and one of them was called the ruined block. So now we'll go to import file and we'll go to, it's in OneDrive. I don't want it in OneDrive. So let's see if I can find it on my computer. Because here we go. SmiteWorks, here we go. Images. Laboratory JPEG. So let's see if I can drag it onto this one. Where was I? SmiteWorks. Campaigns. Engage. Images. No. Alright, so these are all ones I want, so I'm going to just highlight them all. Or not. So let's just start with him. Select. That didn't work. Alright, now it looks like I broke it. Alright, there we go. Assets is our whole collections. So I don't know what that means. Let's go back to what I was doing and see if I can figure this out. Engage images, destroyed outpost. File with the same name already exists in the campaign images folder. Okay, but the problem is I can't access this stupid thing. So let's go with changing the name a little bit. No. So if it exists in the folder, how do I access it? Alright, so I may have to get some help on this because I did it once. But I don't remember what I did to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is we're going to work on the encounter itself and worry about the map later. So I'm going to go here under Random Encounters. We're going to add Control A, Create Item. So the random encounters are 3.12. So we put 3.12 point. We already have 1 through 4. So we're going to make this 5. Bam, bam. 5. And we're going to call this Flying Snaky Dude. Alright, so it's some kind of flying snake thing. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'll find it here in a minute. What we can do though is we can open up the random encounter story entry. See, it's already there. Ooh, very cool, very cool. And then we can click and drag this down after we unlock it. Well, boom, there it is. So, well, there's actually story entries for all these. Never mind. Okay, my bad. So, no, this is the story entry. What am I thinking? So, we go into the encounters as well. So we're just going to say, for now, I'll fill all this out in a little bit later. Find the ruined city map. I would normally put in some flavors to the temperature, the weather, what's happening, and to make it a little exciting and interesting and give the players a little bit more storyline. Let me find the creature first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Encounters, and we're going to go to Dead Suns, because if we don't go into this group, it'll put it under uncategorized. For now, I want all these together. So again, I'm going to put this in the same place. I don't know why 4 is not there. That's weird. Watch your step. Oh, it's a trap. That's why. Okay. Open that up to look at that later. So if you right click on anything any window you have open like this, minimize it, This icon will actually change depending on what it is, whether it's an image or an encounter, or in this case it's a story, so it's got the tragedy and comedy. Alright, so we're going to make another encounter with the same name. And now we just need to find the creature. We can drop the actual encounter in here. And what I prefer, there we go, so it says encounter. And then we find the NPC. Alright, so this thing was a flying thing. I was like CR 12 or so, I think. Let's see if I can find it. So because they're in this situation that they're in, actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to 0. I can't just pick random aliens or things that they would normally find on like a star base or even some planets, because this is out in the middle of nowhere. There are no other races that come here. This is the cultists and their group are the first two people who've been here probably 400 years. So I have to find, I've been using some undead, I've been using lots of undead and robots and things to have that. So I'm going to go with uh, by CR. There we go. So this will open it up. It tells me the CR. The group itself are all, if you click on a party sheet, you'll see that they're all level 9. And they're doing really well for level 9. So if it's just one creature, which this thing was, we're looking for like something 12 or 13 because they need, they do really well and they've been kicking butt. The last encounter they find was the first time that they actually had took some damage. Everybody took some damage and stuff, so I had it ramped up a little bit, and it was decent. And actually, I'm going to look at that real quick. All right, so there's a CR10 about 9600. There are 3 creatures, which makes it a little bit more challenging than a single creature. But that gives me an idea. I'm looking for 10, 11, 12 are the things I want. What's up, doggo? My little doggy is wanting to say hi. Let's see if I can get my camera to work. Here we go. Say hi to everybody. You're not saying hi to everybody. His name is Parker. And there he is. See? There he is. Okay. So, we're looking for this creature. It's a flying creature. And trying to remember the name of it. Nothing is coming to a Motivore. That's pretty cool. Cerebric fungus. It's a plant that would work. Let's see. Take a look at it. Alrighty. Well, he's a lovely critter. Carnivorous plants. And they are Intelligent interstellar explorers. Okay, so again, this would not be here. They actually fought in Eokith, so let's go up higher. This is not going to be enough. Let's go start with 11. Some dragons, very nice. Swarm Dissolver, what is that? Oh, that's from the Swarm. So that's a Spathinae Explorer. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is from the Swarm again. Okay. All right. Sneaking behind me here. A demon, huh? Don't know that anywhere is safe from demons. Let's see. That might be fun to have a demon come out. So they have Mind Thrust, Teleport. Inflict Pain, Irradiate, Ray of Exhaustion, and Confusion. Alright, so again, we're going to minimize this. Right click, minimize. And now it's a face because it's an NPC. Here we go. This is an undead. Trying to get an idea of the picture of this thing. It doesn't show. Oh, here we go. A Vorthul, huh? Gravity Blast. Alright, so this is another possible. And then let's go down a little bit. I don't mind them being a little bit being able to walk through the stuff. Walk through an encounter every once in a while. They are heroes, and they should feel like heroes every once in a while. Not every fight should be a fight on where somebody goes down or is hurt. Vermin Planetoid Beetle. No picture for this. Asteroid lice and planetoid beetles feed on the minerals in a rock. Alright, so this thing is immune to acid, has an acid spit, can break objects, can eat objects, and it can tunnel through rocks. Alright, so that might be a choice as well. Alright, so what we're going to do then is we're just going to go ahead and, let's see, Predator, Gargantuan, is that just like a template? Interesting, so they just have a blank template and you can do it from whatever you want to do. So I could use this as my flying creature. Flying Viper Eels of Bethesda. So this is a gargantuan creature. That's the creature I was looking at before was gargantuan. So in the middle of the city there is a 80-story building, series of buildings called the Spire, and there are creatures that have created nests and dwellings on top of this spire. Right there, the spires. Many of the spire's upper floors are the layers of predatory flying creatures. So that's why I'm looking for a flying creature. So I think I found my flying creature. So we're going to put my flying snaky here. What we're going to do is we then, since I want to change it and alter it, it's read only right now. So we go here to where it says what it is and we click, drag it just a little bit, let go, and it will make a copy. Maybe. Should. Why isn't it? That's weird. Alright, so I might have a bunch of copies floating around here somewhere. So let's bring it in here. Come to here, it's called a predator. There we go. Alright, so in this list, I guess it wouldn't do it. But there's our second predator. So now we can change him, open him up, and we're going to make him just going to call him Flying Snake Terror. Mostly because if you have a snake with, that's gargantuan, so it takes up a 3x3 space or more. It's pretty terrifying. Alright, let me look up predator. Huge. So the huge is CR7. So let's open up a map and see how it sets this. Doesn't matter which one it is. Oops. My bad. Throw it into the combat tracker. Alright, so right now it puts it at 4x4. 1, 2, 3, 4x4. Alright. I can go like that. I'm gonna have it be like a Hydra looking thing. Delete it from here, right click, bomb, boom, it's gone. Alright, so we're going to look for some sort of, I'm going to put my actual name, Flying Snake Terror, and see what the Google comes up with. Okay, these are actual real snakes, so I don't want real snakes. So let's go with fantasy, just leave it broad. Just let you know, that is not a snake. Alright, so let's go with Flying Snake Monster. Now this is the actual flying snake. This one is not bad. It's obviously a magical creature. Yeah, quasicoal. These are dragons. I don't want dragons. There's another one I saw. Let's see. He's not flying. Neither is that one. Are any of these flying? Alright, well, for the sake of expediency, let's see if I can get, let's just go with, let's get D and D. Nothing new. Although this one's not bad. That's not bad. I might come back to that. So let's go to Flying Hydra Starfinder. Or let's go with Flying Snake Monster Starfinder. Alright, they already fought one of these bad boys. That's in the actual module. They have fought one of these. It's Mountain Eel. Long time ago. It's a glass serpent, hey? Here we go. I like that picture a lot. So for now, I'm going to put it in Starfinder. Pictures. I have a Starfinder. This is going to be flying snake monster. Boom. Okay. So now we know what he looks like. So he's going to have a, let's go to pictures, Starfinder, flying snake monster. Alright, so this is what we're dealing with. He has wings, can swim. So it doesn't really look like he attacks with much else besides he might grapple with the tail and then bite with the mouth. So that's what we'll plan on. So offense, he has natural weapon, piercing or slashing. In this case, we're going to say it's piercing. Speed is 40 foot. Flying. And I'm going to say he gets 2 attacks. With the mouth. As you know, it'll be 2 attacks. Okay, so it'll be a tail, comma, bite. Alright, so there we go. Space is 20. His reach is not going to be 20 because his reach is only going to be 10. Okay, reach note. Okay. Boost that charisma up. It's going to be 12. Nice looking creature's intelligence is going to be up to 10. Well, no, we'll make it 8. We're going to add some to his dex, make it 16, bring his strength down to 20. That's 16. Strength is 20. Athletics, acrobatics, and then we want to make sure his save, his reflex save is decent. There it is. Alright, so his reflex is going to be 12. Alright, so now I just need to go back and find his, so this is, so, the encounter. Where's the encounter? There it is. Alright, so now we know what it is. It's a flying snake. And then once I get the map, I can just add the map right here, drag it into here, and it'll be there. do one more thing with the camera. So once I find the map, I can then drag it into the space, and woof, our flying snake creature is there. He'll be flying along, and they'll be able to let's do the CR. There you go. Looking for some snackies. Might be attacking some other creature, or might just be going straight for them. We'll see. Might also have it be on the ground first. They come around the corner and see the thing, and all of a sudden, whoosh, it takes up into the air. So that's what I'm going to do. So time is almost up here. Today probably wasn't that exciting, and I apologize, folks. Didn't get as much done as I had hoped. Didn't get to show you as much. That's my most frustrating thing. I'm used to digging around trying to find just the right thing, winging it, but I don't like it when I can't talk to you guys and show you some more stuff. So come back, come on Sunday at 5:30 Pacific time. Watch us live and see how this all plays out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a quick paragraph of what's happening. So they're going through the ruined city. As they walk down the street, they hear some rocks fall. From a building to the east. And a massive head. What would you call when it does this thing? It's not really peering or not bursting out. It's appears, I guess. Comes up over the roof and looks down at the party from 15 feet up. And that's when we will roll initiative. So Control 3 changes that into a bubble that you can, story bubble that you can just talk. Click and show the party. So I now have my encounter. I will find a token for it. Let's see real quick here. It's tokens. Let's see, snake. That's a nice thing about. All right, let's see. Do I have a hydra? Do I have a dragon? Because this thing does look a lot like a dragon. Let's see. You'll notice, very easy to miss, there's a next page. So I'm looking for something with wings that looks like my picture. What is this? A dragonkin, yeah. Alright, so the closest thing will go back. I will have the picture, so I think I'm just going to put this to winged blue dragon. big wings. This one has smaller wings. So does this one. So I'm liking this one. It's the closest thing. Doesn't have to be perfect. So when this thing comes out, let's go to square maps. What is that? Okay. I did not know that's what these were called. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, never mind. Okay, where's the fancy grounds? Isn't it called fancy grounds? I guess not. Alright, so just to show you guys what this looks like, we're going to go to unlock, take off the mat, down. There we go. Enable line of sight, turn off line of sight, there we go. Add the flying snake monster, terror, to our combat tracker, so we can then drag it from the combat tracker onto the map, make it visible, boom, and that's what it's going to look like. Pretty close to our picture. Not a bad match. All right, folks. So that is going to do it for today. We have our little talk. We have our flying snake. We have our... So it's under random encounters. I can also find it under... In the storyline, I can also find it under my encounters. All I need to do is find the map for it, and we will be all set and ready to go. So again, thank you for hanging out. Like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one next week. I do D&D on Tuesdays and then Starfinder on Wednesdays. So feel free to stop by 10:30 Pacific time. But whatever else you do, please enjoy the rest of your day.